Have you been watching what they've been doing to the U.S. debt clock?
No, I don't watch these.
Can I just show you something real quick here?
Sure.
Do
I need my glasses? I need my glasses.
Maybe. I don't know. They've been adding a few items onto this. Like, yeah, it's all probably, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is like they're doing all this. They've restructured the way that people used to watch this thing. Like they're trying to communicate how much value each citizen has to the output of the country. This is the big one down here. They're starting to add all the assets, all the real assets, and starting to basically saying, hey, this is our sovereign wealth reserve, and this is the collateral that we're backing.
Yeah, well, they're getting a hold of the collateral assets. Yeah.
And then here's the big one, right? Total cartel asset forfeiture liability, $23 trillion.
Well, that's going to impoverish a whole lot of billionaires. The real problem that, one of the real problems, forgive me, not the real problem. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's not the case. One of the things that is going to have to happen, and I've been saying this for 26, 27 years, is we are going to have to, so I want to put a pin in, come back to this, right? But we are going to have to end monopolies again. And this means a whole lot of billionaires and centimillionaires aren't going to be billionaires and centimillionaires again because their wealth is built off monopolies that need to go away. That's one thing, right? And this is ancient English. This goes all the way back to the beginning, right? Monopolies are very verboten to us, right? I know I use the German term, but it's the proper one. And hell, we're Germanic anyways. Give me a second. Just not those kinds of Germans. At the same time, okay, to something else you said, and this is something that's been in my thoughts for quite some time, as I begrudgingly come to respect some businessmen, some bankers, fuck the bureaucrats. But one of the B's I just can't come to peace with. But point I'm getting at is that in the world that we live in, you do have to have some ludicrously wealthy people, but they have to be talented. They have to have come to that wealth not through monopoly, but through actual no shit capability. And I'll give you an example, even though there's somewhat of some monopoly there, but he earned it, and that's Elon Musk. And there's a lot of others. So I don't want to say that all the billionaires are just monopolists, et cetera. There are a good number of them that made that. However, a good number of that wealth was made in systems that were fraud, they were made up bullshit systems anyways. Like, there should not be a single billionaire financier. You're a fucking middleman, and you should take a small piece for doing something that really works, not make billions of dollars for ripping people off, for stealing from shit or figuring out how to hide fucking stolen money. You shouldn't be making, anyways. Okay. Point I'm getting at, though, is that you do have to have very wealthy people. You are always going to have dramatic wealth disparity for two reasons. We're not all equally capable. That's first off. No. The second thing is that you need people of genuine capacities to be very wealthy to fight other very wealthy people, both in the United States and in the world. Because otherwise you're going to wind up with people who create exactly what we have, completely made up financial systems with completely made up wealth, who then can afford armies and NGOs and everything else to wage war against you. So you're always going to have princes who have the wealth and capacity of princes and fight the sport, who fight in the sport of kings. So terribly sorry.
I had a question though. What about the age-old argument that they always talk about? Like, Lincoln got killed before he could implement the plan that he had, the supposed perfect plan.
Lincoln got killed before he gave up the beans, probably before he gave up. Right? That's what they do. They get their guy in there. And then before that guy, which happens, especially after a whole, almost 1 million people, almost 1 million people in uniform, and I don't remember what the number is, 2 million people died, right? What happens when men tend to get old is, no matter who they are, they tend to get a conscience. And guess what happens? They tend to get offed before they get a conscience. That's also historically accurate.
That's very
Never
true.
thought about that way.
That's to prevent them from speaking on their conscience, right? Deathbed or before. And more importantly, it's a warning to the one coming up behind. You fucking talk, we'll off you. I don't care if you are the president of the United States.
No one's untouchable.
Especially not when your security's owned, your security's not owned by you.